Tracy, God, it's
Well,
been a long time. How are you?
I know. Hey guys, how you doing?
Good
Hey,
morning, Tracy. I
Tracy.
just want to say hi before I split. Hi,
Well,
Tracy.
hey.
Hey.
Good morning, Tracy.
Oh, well, what a time to be on, right? After
Yeah,
CPI number,
perfect.
right?
Yeah.
Perfect time for you. So you want to start with the dollar, Tracy?
Sure.
Okay. So, we had this initial break, very crowded trade. Uh, is this just another pullback before, are you looking for new highs in the dollar, or are there cracks in the bull case that you might want to be selling dollar strength in the
I
days or weeks ahead?
I don't know. I mean, really, at this point, I wouldn't be comfortable being in the dollar at all. I think we
Okay.
could definitely see more highs. That
Okay.
said, the dollar strength is starting to break things behind the scenes. And so I
For
think
example,
Correct.
what's it break? Emerging
Like
markets?
emerging markets, yeah. So,
Okay.
and we're already seeing the Fed already said they're going to test their repo facility. So, I think they realize the dollar strength is really going to start breaking some stuff. So what I do think is that there is a possibility they come in with some sort of intervention. So at these levels, I would prefer to stay out of the trade.
Okay, so you think the Fed may cooperate with Europe and Japan, kind of like a Plaza Accord? I know that's kind of been bandied about. Only the opposite. The Plaza Accord was because
Right.
of the weak dollar, right?
Yeah.
So,
I mean,
okay,
I just think they're going to have to do something, right? And I think what you really want to be watching right now is the repo market, because they did announce earlier this month that they were testing that facility with a small amount. And so that leads me to believe that they think there's going to be problems, right?
okay. So the intervention and the repo market, is that the facility they would use, or
Yeah,
why?
they would probably use the repo market, and they'll probably use the swap market, right?
Okay, all right,
So
all right.
I
That's
would really be
interesting.
watching the repo market at this point. If you start seeing those spikes like we had, what was it, September of 2018?
Okay, all right.
I would kind of be watching that.
Yeah, dollar bulls would say, well, why would the Fed do that if they're trying to be restrictive? Strong dollars helping their case. Why would they turn around? Because they are concerned they'd have to be lender of last resort to the rest of the world.
Well, exactly, right? And you can't
Okay,
just, I mean, you can't just crush every other market, emerging market, because
yeah,
you're trying to crush inflation in the United States, right? I mean,
yeah.
you can't
All
crush
right,
the
well,
world economy.
all right.
So
As far as
that's all. So the long and short is I would be careful about being in the dollar here, right? Maybe,
okay,
for a day trade or something
yeah,
like that. But as a position trade, I would be careful at these levels.
okay. You're still in inflationista. I bet you remember the days when silver and beans traded together or read about it. Do you make anything out of silver? The gold silver ratio really collapsed. Um, Anything in the precious metals of interest to you on either side?
Not really. Not
Okay.
really.
Uh,
I mean,
okay.
there just hasn't been much there, right? For, a year. I
Well,
mean, again,
yeah,
nice day trades, but for me, since I'm more of a position trader, it really, neither has really done a whole lot right
I
now.
think silver did something special, broke out from a falling wedge with a real nice follow through, and might be embryonic in my view. But and gold definitely lagging. So inflationista, copper, anything you like in the commodity arena,
I
or
do.
has huh?
Yeah, definitely. I love base metals right now because I
Okay,
think that, we've had a huge pullback,
we
but
have.
which, I kind of like that. But, going forward right now, green policies transition is still happening regardless, because they're doubling down on it, of course, because it's not working.
They use a lot of silver and green.
But yeah, which also helps, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's just I haven't done anything with silver lately. I know everybody's excited about it. I just personally haven't.
Well, it's the color of my hair. It's finally becoming fashionable. You know, I mean,
But as far as base and industrial metals, metals for transition, I really like right now. We're also seeing China start some stimulus,
yeah,
right? Because their GDP has fallen so much because of their zero COVID policy, and their year-end GDP goal is 5.5%, which they're not going to get.
right.
But, they're going to, we just had Evergreen say yesterday they're starting new construction projects. I think after the People's Party Congress, that's October 16th, where Zai is up
Yeah.
for quote unquote re-election. I think after
Yeah.
that, they're really going to have to do something to kind of save the economy towards the end of the year. And so, I do think, and in addition, we have supply deficits, across all of those. All
Think
of
they'll
those
change their COVID policy? That's been the major drag
I mean,
from
we're
zero
gonna have to do
tolerance
something.
to maybe 20% tolerance.
Right. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think they're dead set. But again, we have deficits across, aluminum, copper, cobalt,
Yeah.
nickel. And so again, as soon as China kind of ramps up their manufacturing and construction again, even though, I know the argument against copper is that, their housing industry is horrific
Oh,
and
yeah.
collapsing.
Yeah.
But they are starting new construction projects and whatnot. And still you need, they're the world's largest EV manufacturer in the world. And that, EVs take a lot of copper. So
Yeah. Yeah. You going to buy an EV?
no.
I didn't think so. That's why
I know I'm terrible.
I had to. I know.
I like my gas guzzler.
All right, so let's get to your bailiwick, and it's kind of been a difficult trade, choppy trade, but smacks of a bottom for at least some type of decent rally here in WTI. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think so as well. Again, with the China risk, I think, and people are looking forward to the end of October when the SPR draws are done. The market's kind of been a little bit oversold. Again, if China starts wrapping up manufacturing, opens up a little bit, I think towards the end of the year, we could see a rally, even though it's seasonally not rally time. Usually in the fall, heading into winter, we see a bit of a pullback just because of seasonal demand trends.
Okay, and the European energy crisis, everyone thinks this might be expensive, even if we went back to 10 in Nat Gas. What do you think is going to happen in Europe this winter, Tracy? Is it going to be
I think it's
as horrific as people are saying?
I think it's going to be pretty bad. I mean,
Okay.
they're discussing the problem is they're discussing all sorts of stimulus, right? And they're discussing power price caps and things like that. And all of
Right.
those mechanisms are ultimately stimulatory in nature. So it does nothing to curb demand. That's going to be your problem. And so that just exacerbates further shortages. So I think regardless, we're going to see higher energy prices for longer.
Okay, and your thoughts on the Fed and what they may do at the next meeting?
Well, 75 for sure after today.
Okay. All right. And, when do you think that they'll be into some type of hold pattern in 2023, that they're just going to try and get it to their terminal rate by year end?
I think likely so. I mean, that's what it's looking like. That's kind of what the markets are telling us that they're going to be doing.
And
so
stay there for a while.
I kind of think, yeah. And I think that, I think it's going to be a lot of what the market dictates. And it's going to be very difficult because as we see, even I thought that CPI would have been at least, what was expected. Just because we've seen gas prices come down and things of that nature.
Right.
Apparently I was absolutely wrong on that one.
That happens, to all of us. Okay. So, any interest in uranium anymore?
Still, yep, I do like uranium. Actually, we've seen uranium spot prices are up this year over 20%. So, I still like that. Again, it's a difficult trade.
There's the ETF that
Yeah.
Stelios is in.
So, I
right
mean,
here.
it's still, it's still strong. I'm on the equity side, but it's again, it's always been a difficult trade. So it's kind of one of those markets I'm in and out of because,
Okay.
it's kind of wild.
So you'll trade it. You'll trade it. You're
Yeah,
not married.
definitely.
You date it. You don't marry it.
Exactly.
You're so fickle. Anyways, how about crypto? Anything? I know I rarely even ask you about anything. Do you have any view on it?
I'm not, I think I have like one Ethereum that I've
For
had
the merge?
for,
You had to have one while they
no,
merge on the freeway?
I've had it since I think it was at like $10. I haven't done anything with it.
Okay.
So,
All right.
I've ridden it up and down a million times.
All right. Well, I think that we've covered anything that you want to talk about that I have forgotten to ask you about.
Not really on the, I think, I love the US Nat Gas market.
Okay.
For sure. So, I think even if you're, especially if you're also on the equity side, if you're just trading stocks, right?
Nat
because,
Gas stocks.
The US is poised to be the largest export nation in the world. And we're building out even more distribution capabilities. And so I think going forward, if you want to look at some of those equities that I have production and distribution capabilities, if you're on the stock side, I think those are good long-term investments.
So, I mean, how would you classify them, the Nat Gas, as suppliers or drillers or?
Yeah, I like
producers
with distribution capabilities. So like Schneer, LNG, or Oxy, or EQT, ones that have that have assets near, say, pipelines that go to the Louisiana basin. So
so that's a key element, not that they just produce it, but they're able to be able to distribute it easily.
Right. So that's kind of what those kind of companies that I would be looking at if you were, for kind of a longer term portfolio move.
Okay. It was short, but to the point. We covered a lot of ground, and there you are. And that Tracy's, you can find a lot of Tracy's research here at Intelligence Quarterly. And Granholm does it again. Sounds like you're a real big fan of hers.
Huge.
All right. Well, I would nominate you to be energy secretary.
I would almost accept at this point if I could.
We have to get the right candidate and have you be considered. You're one of the best, and knowing what's going on, and you're really like a watchman for people in the financial industry, FinTwit and everywhere, with your tweets and your writings, and a lot of people count on your views and perspectives to give them clarity when there's a lot of fog. So thank you for what you do, Tracy.
Well, thank you.
Okay. My trading warrior sister, Tracy Schuchart. Follow her on Twitter. Be among the million that do, at Shy Girl, CHIGRL. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, guys.
All right, Trace. Talk to you later in the winter.
All right.
All right. So
look forward to it.
All right. Have a great
follow
fall
up and see what happens.
And have a great fall trading season.
You too. Thanks, guys.
All right. All right. That's a wrap, everyone. Turnaround Tuesday certainly turned out to be that way. And you could join the team in 27 minutes for the morning edge. Remember, don't just count your pips, count your, count blessings if you have any, and everyone could find something. Can you risk money in the market when some people are worried about their grocery bill? There's one. See everyone tomorrow. Adios.
Hey traders, this is Blake Morrow with ForexAnalytix. Thanks for stopping by our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like these videos, share them, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of the content that we provide here for free. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you in the next video.